I'm building this game. It's about a life in the mountains. But it's not just any mountains. These are specifically Himalayan mountains. I lived for a long time in these mountains. And the life there was very much like a video game. There was crafting, building, and generally just like enjoying the view. And as also you can see, there were sheep. I already talked about the origin story of the game in the previous video, and this is where I ended up. This is like the shepherd, and he has a flock. And of course, the shepherd is living in the mountains. This overhead view, it was nice to start the project, but to make it as immersive as the real life, I felt that this should be a third-person game. Now we come to this painting. This is from a forest, also in that place. I've spent quite a few nights alone in this forest, and I cannot even begin to describe the magic that I have felt and experienced in these mystical mountains. I made this painting in 2020 during the Corona time, lockdown, checking a box like, yes, I am being productive. So I spent quite some time, over many days, painting this painting. So this is the kind of environment, vibe that I want for this game. I've gone back to my Git commit from 2 weeks ago, and I feel like this is a very efficient way of showing the game progress, that I just go back to the commits and sequentially show you how the project evolved over time. In this commit, I finished implementing the third-person controller, and I also decoupled the input from all of the different files. It was all over the place, so I had to make a centralized input manager. As you can see, the sheep are still falling off the cliff. I made the game design decision to let them fall off the cliffs. In real life, there are very less situations that sheep would come face to face with a cliff. And this is going to be like part of the game, that the shepherd has to be mindful of the environment, of the mountain. After all, this game is about the mountains, it's not about the shepherd. The shepherd is just a lens of experiencing the mountain. Let's check out other commits. Aha, this tree. So the game is also about these trees, also from the painting that you saw. These are called Deodar cedars. These are native to the Himalayan mountains. And I mean, yeah, these trees right now, they don't look at all like the real trees. It was more about the silhouette that I wanted to see how the scale would be. And yeah, this was my first time making a tree. Oh, look, where are you coming from? Alone. Huh? And where are you going? Okay, so in this, the leaves have changed a bit, but the shape was still the same. But I felt, I was getting somewhere. 3D modeling and making assets, I would say, is the least experienced area for me in game development. I haven't even explored like making music and stuff, but till now, making assets is one of the least experienced areas. It's like any other skill. You do it, you iterate over it, and you get better. This was also one of the reasons why, before making any more systems, I wanted to explore if I can actually make the game feel like the real thing, the real forest. In my third attempt at making the tree, I came up with this. And this made me feel like, okay, I've got this, I can do this. So I started building a forest. And I also hand painted some foliage. These are specifically ferns which are also native to the Himalayas. And I also added nettle. In the local language, we call it bichubuti, which literally translates to scorpion herb. And right now you can see like it's a bit warping around the shepherd, the foliage. But the system is in place. I just need to tweak the shader to make it feel more like you're stepping through the foliage and not the foliage warping around the shepherd. I remember at this point, the forest didn't feel quite right. The trees were not feeling so huge and massive as they used to feel in real life. So I had to adjust the scale a bit. After adjusting the scale and adding a bit of fog and just, this vibe of a mystical forest. Yeah, this was the first time I felt it. It was as if the forest, the real forest itself, is working through me to manifest itself digitally. The next thing that I wanted to do was to implement a prayer flag system. To get the prayer flags working in the game, I laid the foundations of an inventory system. And prayer flag is just an item that you can equip, and you can click on trees, like as of now. Like I would obviously polish it a bit later. I've only not even worked 2 months on this game, but you can click 2 trees and then prayer flags will spawn. I love it. Yeah. This is already feeling pretty good in terms of game feel. And I don't even have audio yet, so that's also going to come in the future. But yeah, I think I have successfully nailed more or less the vibe of the real thing. And as I add more stuff to it, it becomes better and better. And also our shepherd character, he will get a makeover. When I first made this character, I did not think that this would be like a third-person game where the camera would be so close to the character. And also it was a prototype, so this will come a bit later. In the next phase of development, I want to focus on the technical side of the game, which I will share in the next video. I already have direction in which I want to take the game, an understanding of where the game needs to go. And even though this might sound like a cozy mountain game, the real mountain life is, of course, it is cozy, but it is also very harsh. It is not easy, and I will make sure to put this harshness of nature into the game. I also feel like very soon I would start playtesting, and I'm starting a Discord server. And if you feel like joining, you're most welcome to come say hi. Until next time then. Ciao.